While I was scrolling on Twitter, something came across my timeline. It read, NFL player sues girlfriend for false allegations. And I thought, that's kind of strange. You usually see people that get accused of something, and then if it comes out that they didn't do it, it kind of just fizzles, right? But that's not the case. He said, let me make sure that even though this happened to me, she learns her lesson so it doesn't happen to the next person. And these people, they were engaged. This is his fiance. Now you may ask, what did she accuse him of? Domestic violence, of course. But when I saw the picture that came across my timeline, this dude was missing some of his locks. And apparently he asked her to leave his apartment, leave his place, wherever they lived at, because she was cheating. She didn't want to, so she started destroying his stuff, ripping his hair out. I'm not sure entirely if he reciprocated any of the attacks, but I gotta assume that if he's countersuing, then some of the things that she said that he didn't actually play out the way that she said that they played out. That's what I gotta assume.
He can't say that.
Is he allowed to say
I'll
that?
say it louder.
Kansas City wide receiver Xavier Worthy is suing his former fiance in Williamson County, Texas, alleging she destroyed more than $150,000 in cash and property belonging to Worthy and assaulted him. Worthy was arrested earlier this month in Texas on a charge of assault of a family member or house member and impeding the breathing or circulation. Soon after, the Williamson County District Attorney said no charges will be filed against Worthy. Worthy is seeking an amount between $250,000 and $1 million for damages, including punitive and exemplary damages. In the lawsuit, Worthy said his fiancée Tia Jones schemed to extort a home, money, cars, and other valuables from the plaintiff by concocting false stories of domestic violence and leaking the same to the press to professionally and personally assassinate plaintiff's character and reputation. Worthy said that in February he asked Jones multiple times over a 12-day period. See, that's where he messed up. If I ask you to leave day one, you need to leave. I'm just going to call the police. This is why I pay taxes. I'm not dealing with you over 12 days. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time to be going back and forth with somebody asking them to leave your house. I'm not victim blaming. No, he is a victim in this, getting his dreads ripped out, getting his property destroyed. But there is a way to remove somebody from your property without having to physically remove them yourself. Just call the police. That's what you pay taxes for. Put them to work. Put your tax dollars to work. Worthy said that in February he asked Jones multiple times over a 12-day period to leave the residence he had purchased after he had discovered that she had been unfaithful. So, hey, cold game. Worthy said that he had offered to find Jones an apartment nearby, but that offer was refused. He a better man than me, because I don't care where you go after. Man, if you cheat on me, I don't care where you go. I don't care what you do. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Rather than leave and separate amicably, defendant Jones became enraged and engaged in a series of abusive, extortive efforts against plaintiff and destroyed his game room, including his gaming desk and console, a PS5. Man, you going to destroy the man's PS5? He probably got 2K on there. Call of Duty. That's messed up. That stuff take a long time to download. And the key to his Rolls Royce, defendant Jones began physically assaulting plaintiff by scratching his face and ripping out parts of his hair, causing him pain and injury. Worthy included photos of what he said were the game room damage and where hair had been torn out of his head. Worthy alleged in the lawsuit that property missing from his game room included $30,000 in cash that was in the closet and a handgun that was on the couch. Earlier this month, Jones was granted a protective order against Worthy by a Texas judge. So she's the one that was assaulting him. She's ripping his hair out, stealing cash, stealing his handgun. And then she turns around and says that she needs protection from him. What she needs is a straitjacket, because this lady is out of her mind. And I'm not sure why it took 12 days for him to try to get her out of the apartment. Were they making up, breaking up, all this type of stuff? Was he trying to forgive her? Because on the first day, in the first hour, I'm calling the police. I'm not going back and forth with you. Once I tell you it's time to go and you don't want to go, I'm going to have my tax dollars go to work and they're going to remove you. Especially if you don't if you're not on the lease or anything. I know that some places there's a common law marriage. If you're living here 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, then I can't just kick you out, right? There's that type of thing. But I'm absolutely calling the police. I'm not going back and forth with you over a week and a half about getting up out of my apartment, getting up out of my house. You go take that up with them. So he's suing her for $250,000 to $1 million. And based on the fact that her protective order was thrown out, based on the fact that he's providing pictures of missing chunks of his hair, he's reported the $30,000 in cash stolen, the handgun stolen. Based on that, I think he kind of has a case here. And I'm glad to see it, if I'm being honest. It's too many times where guys are the aggressor. And in those cases, you should be tried to the full extent of the law. You can't go around beating up on women. But you also can't go around getting beat up on by women. That doesn't mean that you have to retaliate, not in the way that, not in a physical way. Because we know that men and women, they're not equal in terms of physiology and strength. So if her hitting you, it's going to hurt. But you hitting her could cause serious damage. So I'm not saying like go back and get your lick back. Don't do that. You're going to jail if you do that. But you can absolutely call the people that are paid by your tax dollars that you pay to the county, pay to the state, to come get her and remove her. And they will. If you have a case for kicking her out, if it's your place, they will remove her. Or you could just leave, get a hotel for the night, and then call the police, have them remove her. But cheating is a justification for ending the relationship. So if she wanted to stay in the relationship, if she wanted to stay in the apartment, the house, whatever they had, then she should have not participated in whatever it is she was doing. She wanted to be at 98 Freaknik down on Miami Beach, doing whatever it is she's doing. Well, you got to go. Go do whatever it is that you were doing with the guy you were doing it with. Do it at his house. But you got to get up out of here. That's my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Xavier Worthy is countersuing his girlfriend after she said that he was beating on her. Turns out it's not true. So now he's countersuing. He wants $250,000 to $1 million. If you like this video, like the video. Subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. And if you have thoughts, let the world know. This is the place for discourse. Till next time. Peace.